I've envisioned all this, lad. I can't wait to get my hand raised on Saturday, and when there's pandemonium in the crowd, it's going to be fantastic.
And as your star power gets bigger, you're going to have more critics, right? More haters. And maybe someone will say this week, they see what happened yesterday with you and Ilia, and they'll say, is Paddy focused on the fight? Is his priorities in the right place? What would you say in response to that?
Who's that? Oh, hand sanitizer boy? Is that who you mean? Oh, yeah, that's his name from now on, lad. Don't refer to him as his name, lad. His name's hand sanitizer, because I got bounced off his head. But I don't concern myself with none of that, lad. He wanted to come at me and try and act hard, and he got put in his place, lad. I was stood there on my own, and there was about 6 of them, and he done nothing. If he wanted to do something, he would have come round the table and tried to have a fight with me, but he didn't. He stood on the other side of the table, because he knows what's good for him.
Were you surprised in the moment that happened? Like, did it take you a second to realize what was going on, maybe get your guard up a little bit in terms of realizing where you were?
No, not really. Like, as soon as he come out of them double doors, lad, he snarled me. You know what I mean? So I looked at him and said, "What?" And then he walked towards me, and I said, "What's happening, lad?" And then as he got close to me, he like swiped the slap at me. You know what I mean? And obviously, lad, if you raise your hands at me, I'm gonna do something. So I wasn't punching him because I'm not breaking my hand and not being able to fight and earn me money on the weekend. So I stepped back and picked the hand sanitizer up and bounced it off his head. And then he swung a dig, what I moved out of the way of with a bit of ease.
What about you draws people that don't even like this sport, but they know who you are and they want to watch you fight specifically?
I'm the boy, aren't I, lad? You know, I put bums on seats, lad, and I put people want to watch the telly, lad, when I'm on it. I'm just one of them people, lad. People say they're drawn to me, and it's just because I'm the way I am. I don't try and act like nothing. I'm just me. What you see is what you get. And a lot of people can relate to that. I don't try and put on no big act and try and be anything I'm not. Like, a lot of people used to think that, but once they watch me podcast and watch me vlogs, they realise that this is just me and this is who I am. And if you don't like it, leg it. If you like it, sound, I like you. You know what I mean?
The UFC talked to you about a Liverpool card, and obviously, I'm guessing you'd be in the main event, right?
I'm guessing so. You know what I mean? I'm guessing it would be. No, they haven't spoken to us about anything like that. The only thing about Liverpool, lad, is the only venue really, apart from a stadium, is the Echo Arena. And I was selling that out on my own, off my own back, with just the Cage Warriors name attached to it. Never mind the UFC name. So the Echo Arena is far too small now. The O2 Arena is too small when I'm on the card. Said this months ago, lad, you just need a bigger stadium with me on it. So West Ham's ground or Tottenham's ground or something like that. Anfield or Goodison. I wouldn't even mind fighting in Goodison, lad.
Do you ever think about those moments and how far you've actually come since then and what you've had to fight through to get to this moment?
Yeah, I do think back at them moments to realise, like, what I've actually come through to get here. A lot of people think, oh, it's just a fight, and it's mad, lad. Some people who've only watched UFC think I'm a striker. I'm far from it. But I've been fighting since I was 16 and fighting professional since I was 17. You know what I mean? I became a world champion on Cage Warriors at the age of 21 when I wasn't taking nothing seriously. I was still out partying 2 nights a weekend, having 2 hours sleep and then going to the gym on a Monday morning. Back then I was just a fighter, where now I'm an athlete. And it's mad when I look back now, because I think, oh, I wish I wouldn't have lost them fights, especially like the back one where they had him in the rear naked choke and my right hand was cabbaged, so I couldn't finish the choke. If I would have had the other arm under, he would have went asleep. But when I look back now, it's a good job I lost that fight, because I had to go through them tough times. I had proper battles with mental health and depression, and was waking up crying every morning, going to bed crying. And then I had to come through the other side of that to realise the opportunities I had and think about my family and my mates and my missus and all them that do 9 to 5 jobs and the opportunities that I've got in front of me. I had to realise what I had. So from after that, when I got back after getting my wrist fixed again, I just knuckled down, and I think everyone's seen that, because I went on a 3-fight win streak with 3 first round finishes, and it's about to be a 4-fight win streak with 4 first round finishes. Like, without them tough times, I wouldn't be where I am to this day. It's that simple. I don't do this for money or fame, lad. I do this for legacy. I do this to prove that I'm the best out there. I've never done it for anything else. And I'm a very modest person, lad. Even though I'm getting paid a 7-figure deal over 2 years, lad, if a can of Coke is 80 pence in one shop and £1 in another shop, I'm walking the extra 5 minutes to that shop for the can of Coke for 80p. I'm just like that.
And just a final one from me. Fighting aside, we know you're a massive Liverpool Football Club fan. I just want to ask you, from the current team at the moment, if you could pick a five-a-side team, who would go in your five-a-side team?
5-side team, yeah. Go on then. Got to be obviously Alisson, Van Dijk. Alisson, Van Dijk. Phil Bab. Alisson, Van Dijk, Fabinho, Salah and Luis Diaz, because he's an absolute phenomenon. That man has turned up and absolutely ripped the Premier League apart already. He's going to be some player in that.